John, as I said, has been a huge inspiration. John is the first person to introduce me to agorism, and together we've been promoting the Exit and Build strategy for a couple of years now. John actually runs the Exit and Build Land Summit back in Texas, and he was also the host of the Greater Reset Texas event that we had going for a few years, and he's got a lot going on out there. So I just wanted to give you a moment, John, if you want to share, throw your 2 cents in on how important this theme of parallel networks and building new systems is. Take it away.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay? Everything good?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, what's up, everybody? It looks like there's a lot of people tuned in. So really excited to have you here and always honored to be a part of this whole movement that we all belong to. And the work that I focus on, along with Derek and many others, has to do with taking responsibility for creating the world that we wish to live in. A lot of folks are looking to politicians. A lot of folks are looking to political parties, pushing back, protesting, yelling at government buildings. Some people will just want to tear it all down. But in all reality, if we do want to create a better world, it's up to each and every one of us to take action in our daily lives in order to create that world. Now, of course, parallel networks and alternative institutions play a big role in doing just that. That's where this whole exit and build concept comes from. We need to exit the systems we disagree with and build new alternative systems. Or let's build the systems so as to ease the way for the exit. Now, of course, it's easier to do this in certain areas of the planet. It's more challenging to do so in other areas. From what I understand, the UK and Europe are much further along when it comes to tyranny and technocracy. But I do want to share something with you guys when it comes to mindset. I was just seeing some of the chats, of course. Somebody comes up and they're like, hey, yeah, we should buy land. This is a great way to get more free and to be more self-sufficient, to grow your own food. And instinctively, we got 175 people watching live. Instinctively, a good chunk of the folks, some of them went ahead and wrote it, but others may have just thought it. Sure, buy land, easy for you to say. I'm struggling financially. Or what if we buy land and they just take the land? Or Klaus Schwab said, we'll own nothing and be happy. They have plans to destroy all of that. Or what if there's roving bands of hungry people that are starving and they come and take all our food, right? I just want to draw attention to the fact that oftentimes people instinctively, the first response that they have, as opposed to, wow, that actually sounds like a good idea. How can I pull that off? I want to learn more. This sounds like it could help me in my life and my goals. They instinctively go to limiting beliefs. Now, I completely understand why, because life has been challenging, because we've been raised in a way to question ourselves, to have self-doubt. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to live a better life, if you do want to take part in the animating contest for freedom and hopefully have an impact on this world and leave a legacy that you can be proud of, I really want to encourage you to get very mindful about the thoughts that you have. Because at the end of the day, whether you think you can buy land or you think you can't buy land, you're right. That was actually a Henry Ford quote. He was a big industrialist, New World Order kind of guy, but he really said a lot of really solid things. So I just want to encourage people to get clear with those limiting beliefs, because I tell you what, the enemies of freedom, the Klaus Schwabs, the World Economic Forum types, the New World Order predator class leaders, they're not like sitting around a table and someone's like, you know what we should do? We should implement this totalitarian surveillance state where literally every single person on the planet is tracked and surveilled. And the other guy's like, no, I don't know if we could pull that off. It seems like too ambitious of a project. They're like, let's go for it 110%. And perhaps it's that trust in themselves and that belief in their ability to get change done on this planet that's allowed them to get so far, when everyone on the freedom side is just sitting there in self-doubt. So I want you to push through that self-doubt. Each and every person on this call is capable of buying land, no matter where you come from. I know some folks have it harder than others, but the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph, Thomas Paine said in the American history. So I just really want to encourage people to do that, because I see it all the time in my work. I own a company called Live Free Academy. We do webinars, workshops, events, summits, and more often than not, it's not the tactics or the strategies learning how to do things. How do I actually buy land? What do I actually need to do to set up a Monero wallet and to trade outside the system? It's not that stops people from living this free life. It's people's own limiting beliefs, self-doubts, and lack of trust in themselves. We're all infinitely powerful human beings. None of us are living up to our full potential. And until we break free of those self-limiting beliefs, we're never going to create the world that we all desire. We each and every one of us have it within us. We just have to realize it, come together, and take action. And when you come to an event like the People's Reset, you're going to see people just like you that are doing it. And that's why it's so powerful, because you leave not only with the tactics and strategies, but with a very big dose of empowerment and inspiration. So you recognize that you too can change your life, that you too can take part in this whole freedom thing, and that we can turn the course of history back towards freedom, away from slavery.
Beautifully said, brother. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And we got a quote that Dan shared: "The greatest limitations are the ones that we place upon ourselves." So I think that's very true there. John Bush, as you just heard speaking, will be in person along with his lovely wife Rebecca at the People's Reset in Bath.